For centuries, this image has been burned into our minds: the pale-skinned, blue-eyed, European Jesus. From churches to Hollywood films, from textbooks to homes across the world, this is the Messiah we've been given. But what if I told you, this is a lie? This is not the Jesus of the Bible. This is not the man who walked the earth over 2,000 years ago. This is white supremacy in its most deceptive form. Let's break it down. The earliest followers of Christ didn't see him as a European man. In fact, early Christian art in Africa and the Middle East often depicted him with dark skin. Take Russia with their accurate displays and the Black Madonna the Vatican keeps on display begs the question: where did the white Jesus come from? It all started during the Renaissance period, 14th to 17th century, when European artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo reshaped biblical imagery to reflect their own people. The most famous face of Jesus? Cesare Borgia, the son of Pope Alexander VI, a ruthless European noble. The Catholic Church, along with European rulers, embraced this new image because it served a greater purpose: to align Christ with white power and justify the colonization, slavery, and oppression of non-white people. If Jesus, the highest spiritual figure, looked like them, then whiteness itself became godly. And thus, the world accepted a European savior. The Bible itself destroys the lie of a white Jesus. In Revelation 1 verses 14 to 15, John describes Jesus. His head and his hair were white like wool, as white as snow. His feet were like bronze, as if burned in a furnace. Woolly hair. Skin like burned bronze. That doesn't sound like blonde hair and pale skin, does it? Now, let's add context. Jesus was born in Bethlehem, in the Middle East. He fled to Egypt as a child, blending in with African people. The Hebrews, his ancestors, were dark-skinned people. The truth is undeniable: Jesus was a man of color, not the European version we've been sold. The transformation of Jesus' image wasn't just about art, it was about control. By changing Jesus' appearance, white supremacy achieved three things. 1. Colonization and slavery justification. European nations used the white Jesus to paint themselves as God's chosen people, while non-white people were labeled as savages in need of saving. 2. Psychological oppression. If God looked like your oppressor, how could you ever see yourself as powerful? This mental conditioning helped keep black and brown people submissive for generations. 3. Erasure of true history. By wiping out the true image of Jesus, they erased the connection between him and the people who needed him the most, the oppressed. For eternal rule, they are very aware of the consequences of their actions, and they are working tirelessly to keep the true chosen subjugated to guarantee the delay of prophecy fulfillment. By keeping black people controlled under these conditions secured the longevity of their reign on the earth. This wasn't just misrepresentation, this was an act of war against truth. Some might ask, why does it matter what color Jesus was? It matters because truth matters. For centuries, black and brown people were taught to see holiness and whiteness and reject their own divine identity. This deception created a false hierarchy of faith where whiteness was purity and darkness was inferiority. It's time to break that mental chain. Recognizing the true Jesus means reclaiming our spiritual connection to Him. Our self-worth, no longer defined by a false system. The truth that was stolen from us. Aligning our energy towards the true image of Christ, not an idol. Recognizing Him in the second coming wouldn't be a terrifying experience if you know who to look for. Now is the time to unlearn the lies and embrace what's real. Jesus was not a tool of white supremacy. Jesus was not a European king. Jesus was a man of the oppressed, for the oppressed. In fact, Jesus was an unarmed black man murdered for trying to renew the minds of his people while under European captivity. The truth has been hidden for too long. But now you know. So ask yourself, why did they lie? And what else are they hiding? This is the truth. This is Babylon. Subscribe to 3 Seconds to Midnight. Time is running out.